considering moving between computers, you can do so. Okay, obviously it only caters to how many licenses you got. So I am just going to say, yes, I'm going to log on. So my company has license that I can borrow. So I'm going to use this. So I need the internet to log on. Okay, so once I log on, that means I borrow a license from my office and then I can start my Rhino. So Rhino is going to launch. If you can see, it says fetching license from the Cloud Zoo. Done. So that means in the future, I could have different licenses used at different time. Okay, I'm going to scale. Okay, you should be able to see. So first of all, the interface has no change for Rhino 7. It's completely open. Okay, so you can definitely see that there's a few new things here. Yours and mine might be different because for Rhino 7, you should be able to see a sub D. Okay, we'll talk about that later. So the interface in general, okay, the interface in general has no change. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into my top 10, the 10th, number 10. Okay, we'll just go about 10, 9, 8 until the last one. Okay, so if we talk about Rhino drafting today, Rhino drafting has matured a lot. Okay, it has matured a lot, and now it would be able to cover enough additional slides. Okay, I could add on. So if I go back to my top view, this is all my Make 2D drawing. This is all my section. I could probably put in different layers. So this is the main space that I work. Obviously, once I need to have additional title block, I could say add new layout if I want. Otherwise, the drafting tool is found here. Okay, so the drafting tool is found here. And these are the tools that's available for you on the drafting part of this. Okay, so I am going to quickly draft something just for the fun of this, no template. Okay, I'm going to draw something really quick. Maybe 100 by 30 by 20. Okay, and then I do a quick shell. Okay, so that's my model that I have. Okay, so first of all, if I want to go into drafting, I'll go into drafting, make 2D drawing. I probably want to make some 2D drawing. So either this, make 2D drawing, select my model, say that I want, depending on how many angle do you want. Once that's done, I say, okay, hidden, yeah, this seems good. So just make a quick one, default, try out if you want to, okay? So the default is done. So it's generating the different perspective. I will move these guys out. All right, so this is the 3D that I got, but I do not need this, but I just need the 2D drawing here. So I can go straight into drafting tool. Okay, and I just give you a show. So I could just say new layout, page, printer, it's up to you. Portrait landscape, okay, done. Okay, so this is the first detail view that you got. Okay, so I'm going to quickly double click here, zoom in, click on the external, or I can scale this. Okay, and then I probably do this. So the question is, what is the scale? So picking on this profile here, this is my scale, 1:5. Okay, so that means this is now 1:50 scale. Okay, so 1:50 scale, or otherwise I can pick on this. If this is 1:1 scale, that means I probably have to scale this up. 1:5, sorry, just now the earlier part is 1:5. Just gonna scale this and bring this out. Okay, I'm gonna copy one more. Okay, just in case if I have something else I want to do, assuming that I go back to my top view and I want to generate a quick perspective view. Okay, make 2D drawing. Excuse me, I got a wrong one. Make 2D drawing. Select my object. All right, so I just want a single view, perspective view, done. Yeah, that's okay. I do not want any hidden line. Group output is fine. Okay, done. So the make 2D drawing will create this perspective view for me. Okay, I'll just shift it on the outside and then I shift back to my page 1, double click on this and say I want to probably look at this. Okay, and obviously this is not to scale. It doesn't matter if you want to. Okay, next about dimensioning. So if I were to do a quick dimensioning, all right, so I can just pick here, do some quick work. Okay, maybe I'll just do another length, which is probably unnecessary, but yeah, just take a look at this. Okay, so I will not do, and I could probably draw my title block. So where's my title block? I can probably just create from here, offset, maybe like 5. Okay, and then you can actually start probably, okay, this is not to scale, whatever you want to do, it's fine. But so this is my title block. Okay, and I could just quickly draft this out here. Done. So if I were to print this, and I say I want to print, okay, and scale, extend or window, I could just say window, and I just point to this point. Okay, and of course I can do my adjust my scale, and I say 1 inch is to, oh, it's 1 inch. Okay, no, let's do 100. Yeah, 1:1. Okay, so we'll close this. I should delete this and then print again. So the title block should be there. Okay, so in general, that's the make 2D drawing. So the drafting tool has improved a lot, like really a lot. Okay, so we could just add onto the page. So this is my 10 number tools that I will start using, because I was always trying to do drafting here, and sometimes I go back to CAD, whatever CAD I do drawing with. Okay, so this is a quick question. We'll leave all the question at the end of the demonstration. Okay, so that's done. That's one of the tools I like. Next demonstration, I will go straight. It's what's my QuadRemesh? Okay, QuadRemesh. So this is my QuadRemesh. This is something I want to share with you. These data were some projects that we did with ITB, I think in Surabaya. They have a scanner, and then this was something that we did with their scanner, and then this was the data. So this was about 2 years ago when we used Rhino to extract the point clouds. Okay, the point information, and then it's a mesh, obviously it's a mess. Okay, so then we use Rhino to slowly articulate this, and then we do use mesh to surface. That's a reverse engineering software to help us to just tabulate some of the information, and eventually we use Rhino to resurface the whole thing. All right, so if we want to move this to NURBS, we can. Skipping this part here. Okay, this was a bit painstaking, but we're okay with this at that time that we are working with the scanner. So now you have your sub D, and I will introduce to you my, excuse me, it's like QuadRemesh. Okay, QuadRemesh. You can see the command here. It's a no, the command is not there. Okay, so QuadRemesh, I select this item. Okay, and obviously you give enough target points if you want. If your computer can take it, you can increase it. Otherwise, I will be very careful with this. Okay, so adjective size, usually if it's 100%, they will go as close. But I'll say 50% first and then see how much my computer can take it. So this was the default that usually I use from time to time. I could even do a convert to sub D for me if I want to, probably add a few of this just to increase the details. Okay, interpolate I can, but at this moment I'll just give it a skip. My count is 2000 and I say okay. So all right, so very quickly it finishes its job. I'm using a ZBook, HP ZBook, and this is a laptop that I'm using. So this is about probably 4 or 5 years ago computer. Yeah, so I'm gonna drag this out. So this was Rhino that we did with the resurfacing. So this is the new sub D division surface that we got. Okay, I'm not going to all the details. I just want to show you that I could probably skip this step the next time and just go straight to this. Okay, I tried using this, but of course my information is such a mess. Okay, so I rather not work on this unless I have a very clean mesh file, if I am able to clean this up. However, what I did was I worked from this part here where the files was cleaner after the post-processing. Okay, so it's okay, Rhino, for sure it's fine, but then the sub D will probably help me to do more. How would I know that this is sub D? The moment I pick on this, it says on the Rhino screen that one sub D is added to my selection. Okay, so that's my sub D example from scan data. All right, so this is a typical 3D model that you probably can download from the internet. That's some mesh. And I will do the same example, QuadRemesh. Assuming I use the same information, okay, and I say okay. Right at the corner, bottom right corner, it says that the quad mesh is processing. So this is where you probably have to make sure that your computer can deal with it. If it's stuck in probably like a minute or two, and then you should be using the escape key. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to move on and I'm going to pull this guy out. Okay. All right. So if I were to zoom in, okay, if I were to zoom in, the details are still clean enough and they're neat. Okay. So this was the mesh file that was downloaded and sub D was done. Okay, so Rhino are able to convert these to a cleaner surfaces using sub D commands for their new version. Okay, so this is sub D. So this is the number 9 sub D. Okay, and number 8 that I think it's really cool is this package manager now. I'm just going to hang on to this file in a moment. This is the package manager. So I type in package manager, and this is what's online. It's doing its search now. You can see. So in the past, we used to go to Rhino Food for Rhino, you know, to check all the different plugins and to do all the different work. But today, you do not need to go into the web's Internet Explorer anymore. You just need to use the package manager. I think this is very useful, and this is what is online now. So in the future, all your plugins will be searched using this. Okay, so if I were to say section tools, there's a section tools that I use to do my sectioning. So you could just download install, and currently you can look at what I have installed for myself. These are the installed one that's in my system. Should I just see? So currently I'm using paneling tools, polyhedral as some of the models, and sectioning tools. Okay, so you can download immediately from Rhino 7 using the package manager. So this is very neat. If you scroll down, these are all the plugins that you could probably consider. Okay, I guess they will organize this slightly better on the write-up, the information, the description here. Okay, so if you want to find out more, then this is the URL you can follow through. Okay, so this is the package manager that I want to share with you. I have been hunting some of the plugins through this already, so it will keep you in check. Okay, so this is the package manager. Moving on, the next number 7. Okay, this is the quad manager package. Package was 8, so now the 7th. I like this too. I find this very handy in my recent work. Okay, but before I move on, there's a couple of points I want to share with number 7. Okay, they come in the same range. There's a new command called clash. Pretty cool. Okay, clash. Okay, and I want to show you this clash. I think for sure they'll improve more, but for now we can just accept this. All right, so if this is clash, clash command, where can I find clash? You probably type in first, clash, okay? Not crash, not this, okay? Not crash. It's CLASH. It is not this. No, not this, okay? No. It's CLASH. Okay, so clash. And what does clash do? Clash basically detects the difference between two objects if you have a set of things. Okay, so if I were to say this, okay, item 1, item 2, obviously you have hundreds of them. Okay, and I say my distance is probably a difference of, make sure that anything lesser than 1. So they tell me that there is a gap here. This is the closest 1 mm that they detect. Okay, is there another one? There's no more. That's it. Okay, so if I were to say clash, set 1 and this is set 2, distance 1, this, next, this. Because they detect that there's basically 2 items here that's having this problem. Okay, but if we obviously say clash again, let's say this is item 2, and if it's 0.5, then this is the only one that clashed here. Okay, so this is great. So it kind of tell you that there is a gap that that you can check. Sometimes you don't know what's the distance that we want between 2 items. It's good for any practice, you know, product architecture. You could probably talk about jewelry. So there is a tolerance that you can check between items. So this comes handy. So what about 2D items? Does it work with 2D? Let's try it and you see for yourself. Clash. And I can't. There's no clash for 2D. So they must be 3D item. There must be volume inside. Okay, so just take note. For me, if I have a 2D, unfortunately, if it's 2D, sometimes this is what I do. Okay, this is what I do. Even though this is very primitive, I will pick all of them. And I will just use curve from the objects and intersection. Why? Because once there is 2D lines touching each other, there will be intersection. And they will give you a point. Look, so it tells me that there is a point here. There is an intersection. Okay, so you can decide whether you want to take note of this or not. Okay, so clash happens for 3D volume. Next I want to talk about is this. It's pretty cool. I want to share with you on the top view portion. I'm going to hide my points. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is name selection. This command, name selections. Okay, so where can this be found? Okay, so this is a random model that I built just for this purpose. Okay, this is random, and I wouldn't know what is going on. Okay, other than I know how many circles are there, or square or triangle. The main thing about name selection is it's different from group. I will show you this a very good example. So notification I'm going to remove, and I'm going to use name selections. Okay, it's found at your tab. on the property part. Okay, so that's your name selections. Okay, I'll talk about hatch in a while. Just bear with me. This is really nice stuff. So I am gonna hide these guys because they are gonna interfere with my work. Okay, so can I get everyone to turn off the audio? Otherwise, it's gonna be disturbing. Okay, the host, can you help me to turn off whoever audio is turned on? Okay, so let me move on. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. So name selection, I am going to like this. Okay, so this is the pattern I have. So name, I'm gonna select name. I'm gonna pick on circle. Okay, select, save, circle. So these are my selection. Second thing that I will do is I will pick on square. Okay, I'm gonna select square, and I'm gonna say square. Last one that I'm gonna do is select object, triangle, select, triangle. Okay. So now I would have different sets of model now with me. Okay, so I can understand that it is 295, 300. So these are my name selection. The nice thing about this is it's because it is not grouped. Let me explain this now. So once I am able to do this, the nice thing I can do today is I can manipulate this. If I'm in a group, I will not be able to do this. Okay, if you use Rhino long enough, you understand that if you pick on group items, everyone else will be selected and you can't move this out. Okay, so if I pick on circle, the circle are still intact. So if I delete, okay, the circle, let me just undo this. Okay, so circle, okay, I'm just going to select this. I can delete. Okay, obviously it's, I'm not going to talk about the update, but it is because it is in that name selection. So with the name selection, your models can basically be manipulated like this. You can copy, say, no, I need to move this chunk of them away. Okay, but I need them to stay intact. Okay, so name selection still keep the grouping together while you are still doing your work. So you're not afraid that I need to ungroup, group, block, reblock, nothing. You know, so basically name selection is something very nice and handy for any work that we want to do. Okay, name selection. So, and then I want to move on to hatch. So I'm going to pick on the circle. So we have new hatch now. Pretty neat. So I'm just going to show you. So this is the new hatch pattern. Okay, so generally we have just normal hatch, but now we could do solid. Of course, you still have your solid hatch. You can have your line. You can say 5. Okay, 45 degree. This is what we used to have for hatch. Okay, but today hatch has evolved into more graphical. We can use this pattern. Okay, we can use this pattern. Hatch is, okay, we can edit. We can drag this pattern further down. Okay, hatch pattern, so that's circle. Okay, and then I could click on square. Let me deploy a hatch again. You can experiment this. This is nice. You do not need to put any graphical design to it. Ripple, let's see, Ripple, does Ripple do anything? Okay. So I'll just say yes, okay, and then let's say edit. I can edit color. Okay, so enter. So that's a new hatch, and I'll leave the triangle stay. Okay, so these are the new pattern that you can generate with hatch. And the file size are still very small, they are not big. And then when you save it, it's not going to take up a lot of space, okay? If it's on an old hatch, it will have information and lines and stuff like that. So the hatch is very nice, try. Name selections, try, because you get to go into the form of different models and you want to group them in a different way. Okay, so that is my number 7. My number 6 is layer book. Let me just do my layer book. What's my layer book? Layer book, it's cool too. It is a way of representing your models for discussion. Also, at times, you understand the assembly of different items. Okay, I am going to hide my name selection. Okay, so layers. So if you take a look at my layers on the right, it says 1, 2, 3, 11, main body and whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to type in the command, the layer book, literally layer book. You ask me where is the command out. I don't know where will that be on the pull down, but layer book, it's here. Okay, so once I start, I could have the choice of saying, okay, step 1. So this is next. So I could do a demonstration and say, okay, look, next, I'm gonna play a tic-tac-toe with you next, you know, and then explain to you, this is my move, her move, my move, yours, mine, and then crossed it. And then I could say next, done, game over. So it shows different layers step by step. And what it can do is it also shows example of installation like this. Okay, so part 1. Okay, so if I were to do a quick presentation on my screen and say, okay, this is my part 1. This is the main body for my mouse structure. Next. This is the top part, and everyone can look at it and probably start it, give comments. And next, this is the wheel. We could probably look at it. Okay, and then the next, that's the cable, whatsoever, and then next, that's the final assembly. Okay, so you could do in sequence the different models that you have in mind. Okay, and then it also explains to you the steps. So once I'm done, I say stop. So this was my last step. Okay, so again, layer, book. And how do you set these things up? Okay, take some time, and this is the only tools here. It says advanced. This is the only one. It tells you how to prepare initial views, prepare to save, whatever. So just follow the top command prompt, and it'll just tell you what to do next, one at a time. So, but then as a user, please prepare the layers accordingly. Okay, you just name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's layer book. I'm gonna move to my next one, which is, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna work from here. It says animation on my list. It says basic animation. So Rhino has a very basic animation now today. Very, very basic. I'm just gonna go top view and I'll demonstrate to you what it does. Okay. It's not very good, but it's okay. Okay, so where is the animation tool? It's found in render. Okay, render. And there is a tool path here. And there's a sun setting that you want to use. You have fly through animation you can set. You can also have a setup path animation. So once you click on path, this is my path. Okay, and then they ask you what is your target. I say my target. Okay, maybe I just pick on the, yeah, let me try that again. Okay, path animation. And then what is the target? I said it's this one. It's small. Okay. So once the animation is set, I could probably say I want to preview animation. Okay, so where are the setting of the animation? Okay, animation. Play animation. Record animation. So this is the record where things are. I have to say, if you want to try this, this new command is still very primitive. It is still very basic, but it's adequate enough. Okay, so if you want to try this, you can select this desktop. I'm just going to save it to my computer desktop. Animation, okay. Run animation, yes. Okay, so what it does is it does this sequence by sequence animation. Okay, obviously it's going to take some time. Okay, I'm just going to stop here. And it launched a IE Explorer for animation, but I'm not done with this one, so it started. Okay, how many frames? Okay, produce number of frames. You can adjust. So I'll let you try this. It's very basic. You can set the frames up. Okay, so that's the animation. I probably want to try more of the sun setting. Okay, I will probably try that one of these days. Okay, but I like it. If you do not and you require animation, this is something that the closest that you can find. All right, next it's number 3. It's Grasshopper. Grasshopper has a new, slightly additional tool. I'll show you this. So it's known as Grasshopper Player. It is meant for end user who doesn't have the time to learn Grasshopper. So do not freak out. It is a very basic tool. Can somebody off the audio as well? Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna demonstrate this. It's quite cool, and I like it too. Okay, so what it does is it's known as Grasshopper Player. Okay, exactly, Player. So it will ask me for my Grasshopper file. Okay, once I have my definition ready, I can send it to the end user. They don't need to do more. They just need to follow the question here. So select your profile. Okay, that's my profile. I'm just going to show you this. So it's a virtual view that you have. Okay, they ask me where is my minimum radius, this one. Okay, minimum, I might say 2. Enter. And then they ask me what is my maximum area. Okay, and I say probably 4. So you can see the changes. If I say 5, you can see 5. Okay, once it's done, enter. How many blades do you have in mind? Say probably 8. Okay, just 8. So once that's done, blades are done, enter. They ask you how thick the material I have in mind. I say probably 1 mm. Okay, enter. Do you want to lay out? I say, yeah, for sure. Okay, enter again. So now I have, this was 6, this was 8. Okay, so the nice thing is, once it's done. Okay, so these are your 2D outline that you can do your laser cut if you want, or you can cut from some cardboard and work on this. Okay, the nice thing is not about just doing this. The nice thing is that you could also change your profile. So assuming that you do not like what you see just now, but you have something else in mind. I know this is not very nice, but I'll do this. Okay, so I've decided to change the shape a bit. So Grasshopper layer again, player, excuse me, player. So I'm gonna launch my lamp, profile, same thing, lamp, profile, okay, maybe just choose, yeah, 2 is fine, 5 is fine, okay, enter. What is my maximum? It's 5, or maybe 3. See, so everything changes. I think the top is just too much. Just gonna escape. Okay. I'm just gonna launch that again. Launch this. Okay, so 1, that's my top. 5 is my bottom design. And how many blades? I say 8 blades as well. 1 mm is fine. Okay, and then yes, I want to have it layout. Done. So by doing this, your end user, your friend or whosoever wants to have a profile study of different shapes, they're done. So they do not need to launch Grasshopper. Okay, because the file in Grasshopper is going to freak them out. This. Okay, so whoever finished this, you can compile them, and then the end user do not need to do more. Okay, so it's basically like a scripting. So that's Grasshopper. And next one that I want to introduce to you is the draft anger. I like this tool. Drafting tools, yeah, okay. See there. Okay, I'll remove it, continue. Okay, so this draft anger is useful for some of my work. All right, so rail revolve. Yes, rail revolve. Okay, I'm just going to do this and finish the rail revolve this now too. Okay. So this is pretty new, obviously, because we haven't got this previously. Surface draft anger analysis. The nice thing is it helps to analyze. Okay, you will see this document popping up, title block, this pop-up questions. Okay, so it doesn't have a flat degree. Okay, so it looks like it is okay, and then yeah, that's fine. So it doesn't have anything. It looks decent enough, and it's all curved that you cannot do anything. So what about if I were to add to this? I'm just going to add this to draft angle. So now it splits the portion of which it's 5 degrees or more, and that's a guide to my zero outline. Okay, so this is a virtual preview of where the dividing part, it's very good for more people where the zero line is, okay, and where your flat portion is in this part of your 3D files. Okay, and if I want to have the curves created, so this is your additional questions that you have. Okay, create draft curves. Once that's done, it will give you these curves. Okay, this one. As yes.
The time is up. Is Matthew James.
Yeah, I have one last one. Give me 2 minutes and we're done. Okay, so last one I want to show is this as well. Draft angle. So it does follow. Okay, follows the outline, and if I say create draft angle curves, it's going to give me that division where averagely the zero line is. Okay, last one. I know Susan is telling me I have to get out. So this is 1 minute on. Sub-D obviously is a big thing for Rhino. Okay, so I hope that you can explore Sub-D, and this is a quick Sub-D mark. Okay, if you ask me what is the difference, it is a lot of difference. Of course, we can have more Sub-D information by dragging and pulling. Okay, previously we cannot do all this with Rhino. Okay, so it's starting. So what is the Sub-D multi-pipe? I'll show you this. I'm just going to off this. I promise you 1 minute. So Sub-D it's here, the multi-pipe is here, and I'm using a radius of maybe 5. Okay, tab off. It's fine. Off is fine. So one is good. Just use the default and I'll show you. Okay, so so this was the default. Okay, and if you allow me, just one last recap of the sub D. Sub D again, multiply 5 off. Okay, and I say 5. Okay, so it's a lot more decent. Okay, I know it's a bit small and narrow, but that's fine. I will show you this. So if I need to bridge between two sub D, you can try this in the class. Okay, I'm just going to pick 2, and then this is how I create my sub D connection. So sub D, and then I just bridge them together. Okay, so I can increase my segment. Okay, so last one I can connect be this. Okay, one last one, and it's one is surface, and I'll just bridge them. Okay, just use this. Okay, and this is how I create this basic shape very quickly. Okay, so this is my top last one, sub D, for Rhino version 7. All right, Susan, I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Mark. For question and answer, we have after next presentation with Matthew. So
Yes,
Mark,
Matthew,
stand
please.
by.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bu Susan, for the chance. Thank you, Mark, for the presentation. Can everybody hear my sound, my voice? Okay, clearly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, for Rhino 7, I will only present that one. I mean, the new feature in Rhino 7, which is a sub D. So I will concentrate on the sub D. On my screen now. Okay, before why the sub D is the a big leap for Rhino, because this Clio maybe user know about the Clio plugin for Rhino. We use Clio for make an organic version of product or anything else. We do a modeling, organic modeling using Clio. But now we have a sub D in Rhino 7. Okay, actually, can everyone see my Rhino already? Rhino 7? Okay, then. Okay, we have new tab here, sub D tools here. And then we have a lot of tools here. Okay, I will only make two objects to let you understand about the sub D, an intro about the sub D. Okay, first of all, sub D. What is sub D? Sub D is an organic version. I think it's an organic version. Okay, let's try to make a cylinder here, sub D cylinder. Okay, I will create here first, and then here we can see this is a sub D version. This is already shaded. You can see. The good thing about the sub D is this is not only like a normal solid, like usually what we do. Okay. For example, I will try to create a sphere here. A sphere. What we do before is like this solid. Okay, sphere. A normal sphere here. Okay. Not the same. It's not the same. But later we can convert the solid into the sub D. Okay, I will explain about the sub D. What is this? Okay, back to the cylinder. Okay, in sub D, we can select all the faces, all the vertices, and all the edges. Okay, we have two methods. The first is we can use here selection filter here. Selection filter, we can select all the what we need. Okay, we need the surface, we need the curve, I mean the edges, yes. And then we have a vertices here. Okay, that's the first method. maybe somebody, anybody who want to use this, you can switch it on, and then you can switch it off to make it an object. I mean, selection object again. So this is like a selection object. This is like a sub-selection. But then I will show you, we can use, I use window, right? I use window. We can use shift and control. Shift and control together, and then we can select all the faces. And we can select the vertices. We can select the edge only, the edges only. And then one more thing. Okay, I can do the loop version. So it's the loop version. If I select yes, I just double click it. It will show you the loop selection like this. Nah, it already done, and you can move it. See, when it moves, it's a real time when it modifying the model. For example, like this, I can do here. Sorry. What we used to do, we make it like this. Okay, this is like a live modeling here, and then we can extrude it directly. For example, I can extrude. See, you can see the shape is changed like this. And the good thing about the sub-D, we can use a tab button. A tab button, you can see the what I say is a corner version. So it's not a smooth version. This is a smooth. This is a what you call the box modeling. So we can see the edges, the faces, all the faces in the box modeling version. We can still do the what you mean? The shortcut and then the model. After you finish the model, you can press tab, and then you can see what Mark said before about the bottom of the cylinder. Okay, for example, I want to make like a glass. Okay, for okay, what I do is I will select this, and then I will delete it. This is like a hole here, and we still have an offset here. So we have an offset here. Offset. Okay, this is like an offset. Okay, select the sub-D. Okay, I will show it up. Distance maybe 1. Okay, yeah. Okay, you can see this is already kept. Yeah. And then the good thing as well is we can make it as a this is the like a corner one. I want them to be a smooth. So what I will do is I will select the sub-D. Okay, I will select the sub-D, and then I will remove crease. So you can see this is already smooth. See, this is already smooth here. So what we can do with the sub-D is very fast, according to the last version that we have. Okay, and then this one as well. This is the sub-D tools. Okay, you can see, as you can see, this is here. We can see a rectangle here. Actually, what we can do is we press a shift, and then we can make it bigger or smaller. So like this is a real-time version of modeling. So what we can do, and then when we press a control, so we here, and then I press control, it will make a new shape. It will make a new shape here. So if I press tab, see, this is make a new it's like a new face here, and then I can do a direct extrude as well. Okay, you can see the gumball here, and then a button, and then I can drag it, so it will make a an extrude of it. I will show the tab. See, like this. Okay, that's the maybe for me is the most powerful thing in sub-D about this. Later we have a bridge or something. Okay, I will show you. Actually, I will create one model in the what I have is a 15 minutes something else. Okay, I will delete this. Okay, I will delete this, and then I will use a box. Here's the box. Here's the box. Okay, this is the box, and then like this. Okay, I will use the gumball. Okay, what I present here, I will make one creature. This is very interesting for me because the demo of the creature is used before in many software, such as on 3D Max, but I will do it in Rhino right now. And it's a very fast procedural. Okay, what I do is I will type it, and then I will select the edges, and then I will select the edges, and then I will double click to delete it. This one as well, I will delete it. See, the good thing is if we delete the edges, the shape of the object will not change. I mean, it will not change the whole thing. It will not delete. It will not delete the faces. So what I do is delete like this, and then okay, I will make something here. Maybe some of you can already know what I make here. Okay, I will do this, and then I will extrude it here, and then I will see I will shift it down, shift. I will put it down, and then I will. So okay, what I do is I click. Sorry. I will make a. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, I will extrude it. Okay. This is what we can do here in Rhino. Okay, another one, and then okay, I will select this, the top, and then I will extrude it. So like this. See, very simple here. And then I will extrude it again, and then I will, okay, I will do like this. I will move it up. I move it back. Okay, this one, I will extrude it as well, and then I will do the scale, all scale, and then this, and then okay, another extrude, scale it down. Scale it down, and then another extrude. The good thing about this, okay, this is a creature actually. Maybe some of you can understand what I create here. Okay, we can select both of them. We can select both sides. So no need to mirror it. So what I can do is I select both sides, and then I can do the extrude here. Put extrude here. No need to split it. So what I can do is, okay, this is the extrude. Sorry. Here the extrude. Sorry, this. Okay, I will do like this. Okay, this is the shape of a fish. Maybe so. What we can do here is a basic model. So it's a box model, and then we can see directly the. Okay, I will make the rear side here, and then still using this, and then sorry. I will use the toggle here to make it easier for me. So we can have here this. Okay, and then another one. Oops, I'm sorry. Make a different angle here. We can have here. Maybe anybody know this is like a dolphin. Yes, this is a dolphin. So what I do is I will just press the tab. It will create a creature here with a subkey. And then the good thing is I still can I can still modify the object. So I will use this and then like this. Sorry for like this, and then maybe the vertices only. So I will okay. I'll do the here like this and then like this. This is like a okay. This is like a play already. This is like a game change. Okay, here and here. See, okay, the here and here, and then like this, make it small, make it down, and then maybe here, some of the part we can rotate it like this. This part too small, so the selection is still the same. We have a corner and window selection, so we can create an organic creature here in Rhino. Before we created, we have a hard time, right, to create a thing like this in Rhino. Or else we use Creo to make things like this. Here you can select the part and then see. Okay, we already have a dolphin version for Rhino 7. Okay, maybe that's what can I say about the sub-D. Oh, one more. Okay, for example, if I have here the tail is not good enough for me, I need to crease the tail. So what I can do is I can do a crease here. So what, for example, here is to here, here, and here. Sorry, here. Okay, what I can do, see, we can make it sharp already here. And then if we create another more, we can loop using a loop gradient. So I can here and here, I will enter, see, directly. directly I can add another loop, another edge like this. Here, enter, see, I can add more. Here. We can control all the line here. If we want to make an eye, do I have more time for this, Susan? Susan, still have time?
I don't think so, Matthew.
I don't think so. Okay, then I think it's finished for the sub D. This is the, I mean, this is what I can create in the little rhyme here. Okay, thank you. I will go back to Susan. Thank you.